strings were found on the first electric basses ever made, and as such they kind of carry that connotation of being the vintage sound, the old school thing, like James Jamerson and Motown. And on the other hand, 5-string basses are thought of as a more modern thing, used in fusion and metal, and so these two things just don't seem like they would go together at all. It's like pineapple on pizza or deodorant and gamers. But today I'm gonna actually show you that flat wounds on a 5-string are pretty cool. So first things first, what in the world are flat wound strings? Well, they are these. Think of it like having a flat shoelace wrapped around the string instead of a round shoelace. And you get this very smooth string. See, there's no noise as I run my finger across it because the surface of it is completely smooth. In a general sense, flat wound strings tend to be a little bit darker and mellower sounding, whereas brights tend to have a lot of treble and top end in them, that sizzle. That said, there's still quite a lot of variation within flats itself. For example, Ernie Ball Cobalts tend to be pretty bright, whereas Labellas tend to be pretty dark. For today, I'm going to be using Diodario Chrome's flat wounds. These tend to be a little bit mellower profile, as indicated by the back of the box. Lots of good information here if you don't know a lot about strings. Just go to a guitar shop and go look at them. I've already got these installed on my Yamaha BB735, so let me give you a before and after of how these strings sound. So it's a pretty subtle difference, but you can definitely hear that there's a little bit more of a thud to the flat wound strings. They've got a little bit kind of a different character going on there. So how do we use this sound? In what contexts is it useful in like a real world setting? And actually I have the perfect opportunity to try this out tonight and tomorrow night. I'm going to be playing 2 shows with local country artist Stephen Bosco. He does both original music and covers. We've got a 3-hour set that we're going to be doing at a Western bar this weekend, and this bass is perfect for it. Country music actually lends itself really well to this sort of a bass. A lot of it is down-tuned or in the lower register, and while it does have its roots in rock, it isn't quite as aggressive, so that kind of thuddy low end is perfect for this style of music. In fact, one of Stephen's original songs is in the key of B, so we're going to be using that open low B quite a bit. All right, show is tonight. I am not ready. I'm dressed like, low-end lobster here. So I'm going to go and get my country clothes on, and I will see you at the gig.
I need everybody to help me out by making a shitload of noise. Give it up for Steve Bosco.
I love this song.
night was a little rough. We didn't really get a proper sound check, and so we were just sort of chasing that whole thing all night long. I never really got to dial in my sound the way I wanted because they have like line dancing lessons before the band plays, and they do not let you play while the lessons are going on. So it's a really cool thing that this place does. Makes it really, really hard to sound good because our monitor situation was pretty bad. We couldn't hear each other. My bass wasn't sounding as good as I was hoping. So I'm hoping tonight's a little different. The other thing that was kind of hurting me is I didn't have a set list with all the keys on it. We were just sharing one set list across the whole stage. Not ideal, so I'm fixing it now, putting a couple little notes here as well as the keys of all the songs. Fingers crossed that tonight goes a little better. I'll see you there. Well, night number 2 went way better. We figured out a lot of the sound issues, got everything dialed in, and it was a much, much better night. The sound out of the bass was exactly what I was wanting out of the flats. It was that perfect thump. It sat really well in the mix. It gave me exactly what I was looking for. The extra range was super appreciated. You can hear a lot of those lower notes. It's like the D flat and the C and even the low B a couple of times. Like, really, really perfect for this kind of music. But I was also finding that I really appreciated having that extra string just for alternate fingerings. And at one point in one of the songs in the second night, one of my saddles just dropped completely. So I was without an A string for a couple of songs, but because I had the low B, I was able to adjust and kind of make it work. Really weird thing. I have no idea why that happened, but luckily I was able to fix it during a break and continue on. So yeah, I can give flats on a 5-string 2 thumbs up. That worked really, really well for that style of music. And of course, I think it would work for lots of other styles. I know that country music is not really everybody's bag of tea. And if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. I'm hoping you enjoyed this format. This ended up being quite a lot longer than I was anticipating, but I just wanted to keep adding stuff to it, so it kind of got away from me. But if this is something you'd like to see more of course, let me know, like the video, leave me a comment. And yeah, give me your thoughts. Would you want a bass like this? Would you do flats on a 5-string? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you on the next one. AMP out.